Welcome in, welcome in. Howdy. Howdy, it's good to be here. Man, it's always good to be in that space. This is a space when we come together. Guess what we do? We go in on what's really important to us, those who are in that space. What's important would be the raising and knowing thyself and the raising of consciousness and frequency. As we raise it, we get more acquainted from dimensional, which is densities, to where we came from before taking even the human form. So I'm really glad to come in here and be able to get into space and share. I got an interesting, definitely show. I want to shout out to Patty, definitely one of the listeners, one of our on it listeners, a studier herself, somebody whose growth is immensely their focus, their conscious focus. And they had sent me, I'm going to do a word of the day. They had sent me, shout out Patty, because this is one of this word. I'll just be honest. I'll speak more on it when we go in. This word, I do a lot of word of the days over the years. Or when I do a word of the day, right? Many of you have heard the word of the days. We find astounding things in etymology that when we find that words don't really mean what we thought they had meant by what they had been painted, especially with recent events or people using it as a slang term or whatever it is to take it out of its original place, right? It's like found out, a while ago, years ago, that's nice doesn't mean kind and a good, gentle person. Nice actually means somebody who's ignorant and has no common sense. So we go around speaking these things and calling them nice. We think in our attention that the word means something, it doesn't, but the frequency that it holds still is there. And it doesn't mean what we think it means, but this word definitely had another taste or flavor. Really made me go into contemplation of wow. Almost like not confusion, but like, man, for me, it was like we really have been dropped into such a low density here when we see everything that we see outside of ourselves, how this reality actually operates from I can go into the military complex, which we are, and stop picking sides, left or right or the same. It's get your popcorn and watch the cinema show. I mean, that's really what it is, with a lot of stupid in-betweens that really don't make sense. Which when you really know this, but not to say that that you're not important. You are important. You're important enough to be harnessed for your projection of creativity that you are. But when you don't know that you're projectors, you don't know that you're creativity, and you don't know that your energy, and the masses don't know this, then it's easy to play them. And then you go and look up, and one of the things I was talking to a young man is, I'm just going to get this, and we're going to go into this word. And a young lady was that we didn't really, when you don't know anything, you don't know anything. That is darkness. That's ignorance. Ignorance isn't necessarily evil. The intentions are not necessarily that they're evil persons. When it gets down to their heart, you might even say you would see aspects of them that are good people, but they don't know. They may even be in a place of doing business and working in a place that they don't know what the foundation of it is. Hence, we see that's all the time. And then since we call it the spider web or the world wide web or the matrix, you're caught in the matrix. And then you have to really look at the movie, The Matrix, and see where we think it's entertainment and it's good, and that was good. Creativity, that was actually, I'm going to tell you, that's a documentary. It's telling you the truth. Now, there's some wood added into it, which always is going to be the part, but when you get into a good place, you can discern all that and just kind of like get out of here with that stuff. I don't really focus, but I took out of it, extracted out of it what I see, experience, and what it appears to be in the reality of the opening up of seeing clearly. I have some good videos coming up. I was woken up very early today after yesterday. I'm just going to share this. Really went into a sleep that when I know I went into it, I was like, I'm gonna travel, and had some experiences of stuff of just a complete like a oneness, which has been my dream world for over roughly around a year now. Has been my dream world, has not been so much chaos. God, I can't remember a chaotic dream. And we all have had them. You're going to have them because it's showing you the chaos of the reality of the matrix. But I went from that to walking through portals, and then I walked into a dream of oneness, which is really unity, oneness, Christ consciousness. Oneness, Christ consciousness, unity, oneness are the same words, same thing. And that went to another place, and I had known be working on myself. There's aspects of myself that's being reflected to me by the reflection of the enlightenment. Remember why it's called enlightenment. I'm going off base. I'm going to something that would be different. But just know this, you're enlightened ones, and I'll have to do a video on enlightenment. But anyways, I had an experience, and it kind of got downloaded into some. I woke up at 5 something in this AM. I'm actually getting ready to do this recording even before 7 AM. It's like 6:50 right now. But just got some things and received some things, had to jot them down, take my recorder and speak into it and have that recorded for some upcoming events in shows. So this may even get pushed ahead of the stuff that I'm supposed to release before it, but haven't edited yet, because this is powerful. So let's go into it. I told you we had a word of a day that, man, that shook me, and went in. The effect it had on me was more, I use this word so much and it means so much to me that I will even use this word for friends and family, right? To the point where we all use this word. It's even used in the slang, we're talking about that, but this word is the word family. The word of the day is family. You say, that's a good thing. Or we're going to get into it and find out some stuff about it that I did not know until yesterday evening. And like, again, Patty, thank you. Also thankful to Barbara Merriman sending me jotting me down and sending me a message that was definitely encouraging, and I was encouraged by her. Just knowing her, I've known her since way back in '81. And we actually were in the same religious order, and came from whence we came from in the beginning, leaving and waking up. But from the beginning, but known her back since '81. What are we? That's 19 plus 24. Yeah, 19. God, that's 43 years, man. But anyways, and she sent me a good message today saying that she's loving the videos. And she was saying, let the sun shine in, as she had watched the video on esoteric breakdowns of lyrics. And the song I used was the recent song that we did here was the Fifth Dimension and the Age of Aquarius. So she said, gotta let the sun shine in. Definitely do. The radiating from the light. But we will get into this because this really threw me for a little loop. I am going to have another word to follow up that is the other side of just what we are, and show what we need to do through our raising of consciousness with this other word. But we're going to get into this because this word just threw me for a loop. This will be a longer word of the day if I get into it the way I think I am, because this blew my mind. Well, the word family, and me and the people I know and the children I have and the younger people I know and the people I are related to and friends who I consider this. We use the word, this is my family. Anybody blood related or anybody you feel that's an in-law, outlaw, any of that, we might say they're family. We have close friends, we consider them fam. I mean, I've been called by coworkers and been called by many other people that are not blood related. I've been called fam from them. Uh, People I know, co-workers, and stuff. But this word, let's get into it. You're probably reading it already. I hope not, but let's just get into it. So the word from the 15th century, servants of the household, from the Latin familia, which say I got, my last name's Abril, which means I have Spanish actually heritage, and familia is something that we say in Spanish. Familia, family servants, right there we're already seeing the servants, domestic collectively, the servants in a household, thus also members of the household. Watch this, this is what got me, the estate, property in the household, including relatives and servants, abstract from the form from famulus, servant, slave, which is an unknown origin. This is heavy. When you're telling me now you're considering everybody that's relative to you from the same family really means servant and slave. And then it gets into the members of the household, the estate. And I mean, we've never really gotten into that. Many of you that have knowledge that maybe been in this for a while know this. I have not got deep into it. I have not got really touched on it. And maybe in former videos just kind of tossed it out there, but never did a study or never brought videos showing it, proving it. But many of you who know that actually nobody owns any, you don't own your house. You might go, yeah, I did. No, you don't. You don't. Nobody does. You think you own your house, you're managing your house. Any ownership, and this is vehicles too. I can go into the what you can do to do that. That would be a whole different thing. But this is just showing me that this includes all this, which means it's showing you the dominance. Because the reality, if you're considered a slave or a servant, you do not have rights. And what I mean by that is you just don't. Slaves don't own stuff. Servants don't own stuff. They've made it to where it appears you do, but just don't go pay your taxes and see if it happens. They'll snatch that sucker right from you. If you really owned it, you can't snatch something you own from you. This goes into a whole different thing that ask me and I'll do it. Stuff I learned from Jordan Maxwell and some others, decades ago about this. This would be even the same, it goes into the same thing as connected to the birth certificate. And I don't know how many of you know this, but this just, when they added the property and the household and the estate, I go, man, they're showing you the full, this word is actually illuminating you the full aspect of it. And when you know, but anyways, let's even go down farther. Because this goes farther and some of it just really, it just it blew my mind because I use this word and call people I love and call people, whether they're friends and they're close to me, I may call them fam. I may call certain people fam. I look at James as fam, James Chang. I look at other people as just fam, Charles Neo, fam, just fam. This word family, or just the shorting of fam, is kind of a thing that's now very popular with the younger people and people in general that know this will say fam. But watch this. This just blows my mind. It had me head spinning. Latin word rarely appears in the sense of parents with their children, for which domus, domestic, was used. Derivatives of famulus include famula, serving women, maid. Already your servanthood when you use the word famula or where fam in the English comes from. A famulator, the manner of a servant, how a servant acts and projects. Servitude of one's household, private household of slaves. God darn. In English, the sense of collective body of persons who form a household under one head, a domestic government, including parents, children, servants, sometimes was used in lodgers and boarders. As you can see, 1540s from the 1660s as parents of their children, whether they dwelt together or not. That's heavy. Also, in more general sense, persons closely related by blood, including aunts, uncles, cousins, earlier, who descend from a common progenitor, a house, a lineage, hence any group of things classified as kindred based on common distinguished characteristics as a scientific classification between genus and order from 1753. Latin famulus was glossed, household, family, rentinum, which, see hide. We also, can go down into the German. I'm going to skip some of that. I want to get down to some other stuff, if there be any other stuff that makes me. Let's skip down to here. Family values in 1666. Let me see if this has anything. Man devoted to wife, children, man. And that's what we use it for now, but that's not the original meaning. The original meaning, a lot of times, I don't see anything else there. The original meaning, a lot of times, when you look at this, let's just go up. I just am blown by this. That everybody in your bloodline is considered a servant. And you go, why does this happen? This happens when you become not really a government anymore, and it's really a corporation. This happened 150 years ago, folks. And for people not to know this shows the paradigm blindness. Watch a former video I just had about paradigm blindness. It goes hand in hand with cognitive dissonance. When you can't see beyond your own paradigm, right? And you're blind, you're ignorant, you're in such darkness that you don't realize that you're being played by the language, you're being played by the words. We think words don't have any power. They do. That's why they're used. Abracadabra means this. I create what I speak. So if you're speaking negative on yourself, like we talk heavily about speaking gratitude, get up. I got, my little journal over here where I write gratitude statements of the day. Every day try to write a gratitude or multiple jot downs of what you have gratitude, because you want to stay in a frequency and vibration and raising it. But when you're speaking things on you and you don't know what you're talking about, which there was a song by Stevie Wonder called Superstition. I might have to do that song. I will do that song now. Think about it. Thank you for need to jot that down. Stevie Wonder, Superstition. Stevie Wonder, Superstition, so I don't forget. But when it says when you do things that you don't understand, superstition is the way, right? And that's just not what they've called or we've led to believe superstition. Superstition, because it's somebody believing something that they have no knowing or knowledge of, can be very superstitious and they're ignorant to, and they may participate with it, is superstition. It's just not having knowledge of what you don't know. That's why we were heavily here with, I've deep dived into alchemy, gnosis, esoteric. I had mentioned on my last video when I really came out of the religion, I was in probably, and it opened doors up for me to go out and do teaching and stuff as I was revelating, but it was really a Christian esotericism, which was fine. There's truth to it, but I hit the road path of the physical, historical person is when I really know I had to transcend that now, because the transcending is understand esoteric, Gnosticism, and alchemy all work together, and you really take the best out of all of them, and create your own reality or create your own knowledge. And you have gnosis, meaning gnosis means knowing. You're a knower. I run it through my gnosis. My gnosis always looks at things and runs it through the system of gnosis, which is going to be the revealing of it, the knowing of it, the participating of it, the experiencing of it. But when I seen this, it really threw me, because this word to me is it's your family members who are blood, but it's really meaning, they're really saying everybody of your bloodline's a slave. So let me gonna tell you, I haven't ever did this video. Many of you, hopefully the experienced ones that have some knowledge, been around a little bit, kick the bricks. Not long ago, what was it? Maybe early 2011, 12. This young girl in the Midwest, I believe. I would have to look it up. I can find it and even do a video. She had, for her school project, she had looked up and did all the work and showed that all the presidents of the United States actually were the same bloodline. Same bloodline. Hear that? Same bloodline. And when you really look at that and then funnel it through your gnosis, obviously it's a blue blood system that was hidden from us. I'm saying it today, we're going in. So when you look at this, they're the elite. They're the ones that are the royals. They're the ones what they feel have the power, even though they siphon us our power all the time to create the reality, and took the shortcut instead of the real. When many here, we're taking the real. And you'll see that in the next couple of videos when I do the word that's a great word compared to this, of our capabilities plus the thing that we have to avoid that goes the other side of it, which can appear to be it, but that's a never thing. But this thing got to me. I use the word family and fam, and I look at everybody that I consider that, and it just kind of hit me, the reality. And so I even made this statement. It's like, man, I guess we are in the lower depths of hell. And then my wife said, what level? Like Dante's Inferno, the seventh level of hell or whatever. And I said, I hope that it can't go much lower than this, but I wasn't surprised if it could. But anyways, it just, this blows my mind that family, which we hold very dear and near to us, doesn't mean what you think it means, folks. It's actually confessing that and telling and pushing the slave. There's other words you can use. This is a program. We've been programmed to use this word, so it will take work to kind of, if you want to pull this from you. I know people say, well, I use it for this. Just know that words hold frequencies. That's why you never see me greet you guys with hello. I did a video a couple of years ago about how hello is hell low. It's a greeting of the lower place, like this is. Kind of goes hand in hand with it. I use high. What does high mean? Go rising, higher above, higher density. What higher you get, the higher you go, you get a better view, bird's eye view of reality and truth. Another what's the word I'm looking for? Another degree that you get a look at it, or another perspective. Let me get out of here. I did this because I actually have 3 or 4 more videos before this that I did, because 2 days ago I did my lab work where I record and go in there. I don't do it like one and then do another one the day I do it. No, I go in and do the work. As you know, I'm retired now, so I go and do the lab work and do, editing. I'm on Rumble. Don't forget Rumble, and I'm sorry that I leave Rumble out of here, but go watch me on Rumble. It's Deep West Coast Uncensored. You'll find me there. I got a channel, and I uploaded up on Rumble too. And I put one up yesterday, and then had to do some things. But this may slip in before the ones I did on Monday, as I'm taping this on the 28th in the morning. It will be released probably. This releasing will be probably a September releasing, especially if I go. It's gonna jump 3 others or 4 others, because I think this is an important word to just put up. The other ones will be fine. And but anyways, I got a word after this of the day that I'm going to get into. That's the opposite of this. It's really shows our capabilities in the highest forms of ourself, which is awesome. And something we have to do as we raise in our alchemical journey, we have to learn how to do a process. And I'm going to do a video on the 4 processes of enlightenment to ascension. What's needed as through this process of cleaning. And, we'll get into there's actually a 4-point process that we must do, just like earth, water, fire, and air. But anyways, you guys have a great day. I was blown by this word, still am, because I got this yesterday evening, and then 7 o'clock our time, 7:30 to that, and I'm just like, no, it was actually later. It was later. I'll take that back, because when they sent me the message and I, thanked them for it, Patty's on it. Appreciate you, Patty. And definitely, Patty's awesome. Patty went through some loss recently with her husband the last few months ago, and she's still just grinding in her spirituality and staying really staying in the groove of what she knows she is. And definitely, we appreciate that, because loss is not easy, especially when you've been with somebody a long time, or married, or just been with them in a space. And both of them had the connection. So, but anyways, Tan and I responded. She goes, I didn't know that you would respond this late, because I think she lives in the South, I believe South, not California, South, the South of, I kind of have a feeling I know the area, but I forgot, but I kind of think I know. But anyways, but in the South, so they're a few hours ahead, if not 3 hours ahead at the max. And she sent me the message. She goes, I didn't know if you'd respond at this time. And I got to say it was probably 9 or something. So she was probably 12. But anyways, it just kind of blew me away. And even into this morning, I'm just like, what the heck? Sent it to a couple of people and they're just like, what the fudge? Really? And anyways, you guys have a great day. We will be doing some stuff real soon together. All right, I got some more videos. I got to do some more recording. You guys have a great day. Like, comment, share. Anybody that has an inkling is a waking up. Somebody who's open for more if they're not there, and somebody who's just open and wants to hear more on their journey and open up more. You guys have a great day.